Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I won my first grand challenge yesterday. And yeah, I have some pretty good replays to show you guys. And the deck that I used is this, the same deck that I used last video, and I've also been using it to push ladder. As you can see, I got the grand challenge badge on my profile now. So, I'm currently at 7,045 trophies, top 5,000 in the world, and this is the last day of the season. So I think I'm just going to end here for this season and take the 7,000 trophy, top 5,000 finish. Because after the last video of me pushing up to 7,000 with this deck, I started tilting a lot, and it took way too long to get back up here. So I don't want to go through that again. So I think top 5,000 finish is pretty nice. Alright, so anyways, let's go over some replays in this grand challenge now. Yeah, so the first game that I played was against a top 1,000 ladder player. Best finish number 111, and he had Giant Sparky, which I'm not sure if that's a good matchup for me. I think it's about even. So yeah, usually like the first 3 wins of a grand challenge, you go up against like noobs, but I got this guy in the first win, but I was able to win, so let's watch the replay. So starting off here, I do not have either Golem or Night Witch in my starting hand. What I like to do is, if I have a Night Witch or Golem, I just wait it out until double. Alright, so here he cycles a Heal Spirit, and in Zap, so I just barbell the Heal Spirit. I split Skeleton Dragons, so he can't fireball them all at once, and it counters the Mega Man. And he plays an Electro Wizard, so I just Baby Dragon and counter that. So right here, I'm not really sure what deck he is playing, because I saw the Heal Spirit, so not sure, but now I see the Sparky, and I just Golem same lane. You guys can see the Baby Dragon splashed the Sparky for a few hits, so that was pretty nice. And he just goes mini P.E.K.K.A Giant at the bridge. I hate when people do that, guys, because like I could Goblin Cage, but it really doesn't do anything, and the Brawler just dies to the mini P.E.K.K.A. So I decided to just go for the tower trade, and then Skeleton Dragons on a mini P.E.K.K.A to make sure I don't get 3 crowns. So I think that was the best case scenario there, because we had to play that Golem same lane as the Sparky, so there's no way I was gonna be able to save my tower from that giant mini P.E.K.K.A. So right here, I probably should have just lightning the Electro Wizard there, seeing I was up by 6 elixir. But instead I just cycle Baby Dragon, and then I Golem same lane as my where my King Tower was, to make sure I don't get 3 crowns when he rushes Giant Mini P.E.K.K.A. And here he goes Giant Mini P.E.K.K.A. That was a perfect barbell right there to stop the to kill the Mini P.E.K.K.A. And the Giant only gets a few hits on our tower. I lightning his Sparky, and Golem should get death damage. Yeah, it does. And he does protect the Sparky there with his Giant, so that's pretty annoying for me. I have to spend more to kill it, so I go for a Night Witch. I play a Barbell hoping that it'll kill the Sparky, but it does not. So I'm forced to Tornado it as well, so the Sparky doesn't kill my Night Witch. Skeleton Dragons on the mini P.E.K.K.A and won't get a single hit. And right here, this is sort of scary because he has a bunch of spam down, and I'm pretty low on elixir. But I get the Night Witch down, and Skeleton Dragons, and mini P.E.K.K.A does not get a hit. That was really clutch right there. I probably would have lost if the mini P.E.K.K.A got a hit right there. So right here, I'm still up by like 30 damage. I go for a Golem in the pocket because I have Skeleton Dragons on the counter push, and I know he doesn't have any way to bolt the King Tower. And I also get a nice lightning down on his Mega Minion and Mini P.E.K.K.A. But it's still not into lightning range, his tower. He just sets up with another Sparky. And I cycle Baby Dragon in the back. Night Witch, Goblin Cage. That was a really solid Goblin Cage. It tanked several E-Wiz hits, a Giant hit, and the Sparky hit. And so right here, as you can see, we have a lot of stuff now. There's really no way he's going to be able to defend this. Just go for a Baby Dragon in the pocket. And Baby Dragon gets 2 hits, and it's a good game. And I BM him because I hate playing against Sparky. So, yeah. Close first game there. And think about what I want to show next. Okay. So, the next game was Mortar Graveyard. But this guy played it really badly, so I'm not sure if I want to show that. Okay, yeah, this was a pretty good game. And alright, yeah, I'll show this one. Alright. So the deck this guy is using is Mortar Graveyard Cannon Cart. It was used in CRL by I think Air Surfer a few weeks ago, so it's been going around the meta. And this guy just literally goes Cannon Cart Graveyard the Bridge first play, like so aggressive. Fortunately, we had the right cards in our starting hand to defend it, or else that would have been just disastrous. But his Royal Delivery just cleans up everything, and I'm only up by about 2 elixir, which is pretty dumb considering that he just brushed a bridge first play, and he's up 300 damage because of that. So right here, since he rushed a bridge like that, I thought I was up by a lot of elixir, so I just went for Golem. But it turns out he has the Mortar as well. So this push isn't really going to get anywhere. His Hunter is... yeah, that was a really good Hunter by him. It killed the Night Witch and all of the bats. And it killed the Baby Dragon as well. And we get basically no damage from that first Golem push. And we have to defend his counter push. So we're going to take a pretty significant amount of damage here from his graveyard because his Hunter was tanking for it. And as you can see, he takes our tower down to about 1200. And he's up by like 3 elixir. So yeah, clearly I'm not very happy about what happened. So I just start spamming emotes. He plays a knight in the back. I just answer with the Night Witch. And I'm not sure, do I go for a Golem? Yeah, I go for a Golem behind the King Tower, not in front of the Night Witch. The reason why is because if I went for it in front of the Night Witch, the Mortar would have splashed it along with the Golem and could just arrowed and killed everything. I do get a good lightning down on his Cannon Cart and Mortar. That's some pretty good value there. But as you can see, he just plays a Royal Delivery and everything dies. So another dead push there. I Tornado to try to kill his archers. It does kill one, but yeah, not the best. So I just go for another Golem now. This time I Golem in front of the Night Witch because it doesn't have the Mortar down yet, and I get a good lightning down once again. His deck gives us a lot of lightning value, but here he just Royal Deliveries and everything just dies once again. Golem does get sort of close to his tower, but does not make it. We are up by about 2 elixir though, so I can just go in for another push. And right here, this graveyard was I think it was a really bad play by him because I already had the Night Witch down. He doesn't have poison, so he has doesn't really have a way of killing my Night Witch bats. I bridge block with the Goblin Cage, so the knight isn't tanking for the graveyard either. And I lightning the mortar, so my golem, yeah, lightning, mortar, and hunter. And yeah, that graveyard was really his big mistake, and we were able to win because of that. If he just defended for the rest of the game and then maybe in triple elixir rushed us with the graveyard, he probably would have won that. But instead he made a pretty bad play by playing the night graveyard. As you can see, this guy is a pretty good player, 20 wins, and then a bunch of top ladder and global tournament finishes. And next battle, okay. Yeah, this guy had a nice profile, but it was 2.6, so it's a really easy matchup. Yeah, I think I'll watch this one. This one was a pretty good replay, even though this guy doesn't have that many badges. This battle was pretty close. So he's running the new Bridgespam deck in this meta. I'm not sure what the matchup is. I think, I thought that it was really hard to defend all of his spam in single elixir, but once we were in double elixir, I was able to just control the game, and he had to play defensively, which is what you want. Yeah, so starting off here, nothing too bad, but I do have to play the Goblin Cage on his Battle Ram. So now his prince is, I don't have a counter for his prince, so I'm forced to just defensive golem, which is like a pretty bad play, but it was the only play, because you saw my hand there, I had Skeleton Dragons, Lightning, and Tornado were my other cards. None of those would have countered the prince. So yeah, he counters the golem easily because the prince basically just kills it by itself. And yeah, this Night Witch wasn't very good here because what I wanted to do was to distract the Skeleton Dragons, but instead the Bandit gets a dash on the tower and the Firecracker gets a shot. But I am up by about half an elixir right now. So we're still pretty even. I'm down by like 500 damage. Cycle Baby Dragon in the back. And right here, maybe I could have tornadoed instead of playing my Goblin Cage in order to save it for the Prince. But I do go for the Goblin Cage instead right there. And yeah. So I'm gonna have a tough time dealing with this Prince until I get my Goblin Cage back. I cycle Barbell to tank for the Skeleton Dragons. And I'm forced to play Night Witch as well. So right here my cycle is pretty bad because he forces out my Night Witch on defense, so I can't use it to set up a golem push. So I just keep cycling cards in the back. And yeah, right here I'm forced to play an awkward Goblin Cage, which allows his Prince to kill it, and then his Battle Ram connects and his Bandit. And that takes our tower down really low, down to 720. I was forced to waste my Night Witch again right there, so my cycle is still messed up. I want to make sure I can play a Night Witch and then Golem when I start doing my push. But right here, I think he sort of messes up here. Like his spam was really easy for me to defend, and finally I'm able to fix my cycle. And I'm able to drop the Night Witch in the back, and then Golem in front to tank the Prince. The Night Witch will kill the Prince. He fireballs the Night Witch, allowing me to drop my Skeleton Dragons. And the Skeleton Dragons are going to clean up a lot of his defense. And I think I go for a Tornado here too to kill his Firecracker, yep. And yeah, as you can see, he is pretty low on elixir right here. And I think that Ice Golem wasn't a good play by him. And he goes in for Battle Ram as well, so he's just spamming all of his elixir at the bridge. And I'm going to have a really big elixir advantage after this defense. So I just go with the Golem at the bridge because of the I have a counter pushing Goblin Ball, and he just wasted his Fireball on my tower that got no value at all. And so I'm just able to go for Skeleton Dragons, Night Witch, and take the win there. A pretty nice comeback win right there. And the last replay I want to share is probably the 12 win. So at this point I was 11-0, and then I lost to this double barrel bait deck. This guy, 10 times Grand Challenge, 20 wins. Definitely not a bad player. This game was pretty close, but I just couldn't really break through with the Inferno Tower and Royal Delivery. And then this game was against Golem as well. As you can see, this guy also has a really nice profile. But what happened was I was trying to get a lightning down on his Dark Prince, Night Witch, and Baby Dragon, but I wanted to wait until my Golem Explosion died, so the Dark Prince shield would be dead to lightning, so it would basically kill the Dark Prince. But instead, the Golem Explosion pushed the Night Witch and the Dark Prince out of range, and my lightning only hit the Baby Dragon, and he just destroyed me on the counter push. But I was finally able to clutch it up and get my first 12 win at 11-2 against this Royal Hog bait deck. So this is definitely a really good matchup for my deck because his only win condition is just Royal Hogs, and I have a bunch of answers to the Royal Hogs. As you can see, this guy is a good player as well. Top 1000 ladder finishes, 20 wins. Alright, so let's go into the replay. So right here, just starting off, I have Night Witch in my starting hand, so I would just wait until double if the opponent was willing to. He goes for Spear Goblins. I just Goblin Cage, and he Skeleton Dragons. And the Skeleton Dragons just die, so I'm not sure if those are the best Skeleton Dragons by him. Right, he goes for Pigs after I cycle my Night Witch, knowing that my Goblin Cage is out of cycle as well, but Skeleton Dragons plus Tornado does a really good job of stopping those. Right here, I go for Baby Dragon to try to kill his bats from, prevent them from killing my Night Witch, and the Baby Dragon actually gets a good amount of value. It splashes on the tower, and he played a Heal Spirit to heal up his Skeleton Dragons as well. So here he goes for Royal Hogs. I just go for Goblin Cage and Night Witch, and since we have King Tower up too, the Hogs barely get any damage. Looking back at this, I'm not sure if I should have played the Night Witch there, but I guess I just played it to make sure I didn't take too much damage from the pigs. And it works out fine because he had to spend some more, and we're up by 4 elixir right here. So I probably could have just Golem here, but instead I decided to cycle Skeleton Dragon since I wasn't really counting elixir, and there's still 30 seconds until double elixir, so I was afraid he would punish me really hard. And also this was the last game of Grand Challenge, so I really didn't want to choke it by playing the Golem early. Right here at Bar Barrel, his Heal Spirit, thinking that he was going to play Royal Hogs, but he doesn't. So yeah, sort of missed out on that. And right here he just plays Royal Hogs into my Goblin Cage, and Skeleton Dragons clean up all of his stuff. And I think I go for a Golem at Bridge here. No, okay, never mind. So I just go for a Golem in the back and let the Night Witch go. He spends a delivery on that too, so we got some good value from that. Right here, he catches our cage out of cycle, but we have Baby Dragon, Tornado, and Bar Barrel to just shut down that whole push right there. And now he's gonna struggle to defend our Golem push. I get a good lightning down on his Goblin Baller and Skeleton Dragons. And right here is just going to be a lot of damage. But he fireballs my Skeleton Dragons, and he is able to defend, but he takes about 1500 damage, and we're now ahead by about 700. So again, he goes with the split Royal Hogs, and my Goblin Cage just counters those easily. I decide to eat the damage from the Spear Goblins on the left, since it had more HP than the one in my tower on the right. And yeah, right here he goes in for that push again, and I just go for Baby Dragon, Tornado, Barbell once again, and it shuts it down really nicely. And right here, I'm pretty sure that I've got this game. I go for the Lightning, kills the Goblin Cage and the Goblin Baller. He does get the Goblin Cage down last second though, so I have not won yet. But Golem does get death damage on the tower, and his tower is now into lightning range. All I have to do now is defend and cycle back to my lightning spell to win the game. And yeah, defending against this Royal Hogs deck is actually really easy, since you have the Goblin Cage and Tornado and Barbell. So right here he does lightning block with his Royal Hogs. So I mean, it's not that bad because lightning killed 3 Hogs, and yeah, it's not that bad of a trade. And he was forced to play Royal Hogs to try to lightning block, which means that he doesn't have them for offense. So right here, I see that he just keeps playing stuff in the back, so I'm afraid he'll lightning block me again, and then I'll lose. So I just decide to try to cycle 2 tornadoes on his tower, and just like that, I get his tower down and win the game and pick up my first Grand Challenge 12 win. So yeah, I was able to get my first Grand Challenge 12 win, was really excited about that, and now I have the badge. So let me know, oh yeah, so thank you for watching to the end of my video, I really appreciate it. And I'm also really excited for the next season, because there's going to be a 20-win challenge that's going to be like the qualifier for no tilt, and also the balance changes are pretty nice as well. The Fisherman is getting a buff, and the Firecracker is getting a nerf, so I'm excited to try out the Fisherman, and I'm glad the Firecracker, which is really annoying, got a nerf. And yeah, thank you for watching to the end. Let me know in the comment section what you want to see in the future, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Until next time, guys.